This is going to be quite the adventure, I'm hoping. It has been about, I think I brought my bride in this creek. Oh my goodness, it's been over 5 years ago. And I have no recollection about it, with the exception of the fact that I remember the train tracks down there that are obviously no longer used. I've been in this creek further down, a lot farther down, and occasionally, well, actually I found several bottles. They're usually broke. There's a broke one, because by the time they roll through all these rocks and rocks and rocks and rocks and rocks and rocks, they have, I said the word rocks, then they get broke. So, Lord willing, and I mean that sincerely, we will find something that is not broken or a snake. I have picked the best time to come here. You never know when you're going to use and need a big piece of rubber. It's the best time to come here because it's about to storm. So if you're just now finding this amazing, what is that? What is that? If you're just now finding this amazing channel, what is that? I've never seen that in my life. And this is what I do when I need to think about nothing other than what's in the water. This is what I do. The next question is it a bad idea to try and transplant some of this? Oh, look at that little itsy bitsy teeny weeny mimosa tree. There's some roots. So the roots are almost like cane, meaning if you plant them laying long ways, they will sprout at everything. We may harvest a pocket full of sunshine on the way back. These tracks are no longer in use, obviously. So we're going to take the shallow side. Oh no, there's a footprint. That's not cool. And it's a recent one too. There's a dog print. Maybe someone was just walking their dog out there. No. But none be the less, we're going. Maybe they didn't have the famous Kelly gripper to grip and grab what they need or what they saw. A cool old brick would be nice. A cool young snake would be a tad nicer. Bottles are okay, but there are so many different bottles that I tend to get a fuzz indifferent every now and then, unless I find one that's amazing. Then I go into professional bottle finder mode. Also, this is by far one of the most polluted waterways in this area. This entire section of Alabama puts out reports letting you know when it's okay and not okay to put your feet in the water. Which means you should probably never put your feet in the water, because when your feet go in the water, it stirs up everything on the bottom, especially if you have a sore throat or a sore on your leg. Not necessarily a sore throat, that just fit at the time. Wow, it is getting deeper though. But there are some beaches we will have to continue meandering towards. There's a good chance we're gonna fill the booty. Fill the booty. Fill the boot with water. If you don't mind a little methane, then this is the part where you walk. If you smoke, do not do it right there. There's a massive sewage clean out down there. So I'm gonna try to get across here without completely filling my boots. It's not gonna happen. So we're just gonna fill the boots. It's actually nice and cool. If I would quit talking so much, I might see an animal. This is actually really neat looking. This is a good spot to slip down these rocks and 100% crack your crown. There is a whole sewer lid. Jefferson County sewer. It is cool. And you may think, oh, I want that. Or sell it for scrap. It is illegal. So don't do that. Okay, let's decide how much further we're going and go. I am staying on the sides where there's a little gravel because every piece of that is going to be like glass. One of the cool things about these layered rocks though in a creek like this is 100 years ago, probably have to go back further than that, when it was semi-clean, if people came right here to wade and play, you could metal detect the cracks, the whole thing, and probably find some pretty cool old coins, which may be an idea one day when I grow up. There is the Common Creek tire and a 70s, 80s, and possibly early 90s bottle. This is an interesting tire because it has a spoke on it, or not a spoke, but you know the words I'm trying to sound out. As far as polluted creeks, there's one of the reasons. There is a small business of some kind up there, and that is illegal. No matter what reason, you're not allowed to discharge anything into a waterway. Well, dude, how do you know that? Master's degree in environmental science. So run and tell your mom about that. If I was an unnice person, I would go buy a can of great stuff and fill it up. But that's not nice. I just want to enjoy the moisture. Now this is an amazing item. That is a, no idea what that is. Oh, that is the RX V665 Zero. Too bad I don't have my power box. I bet it would work. It is ever so important to flip every brick. And it's slick. So let's keep moving. I'm not sure how far we can go. I guess we could go from here to the beach if we wanted to, but I don't know. I just don't want to fall down to the ground. I've got a feeling we're not going to find a thing in this creek when the bottom is rock, bedrock, hard rock like that. Everything's going to keep moving. I'm getting a little hint, a little aroma of sewage. So maybe it's this pipe with a slight leak. It is tingling my nose hairs. Hey Bubba, we got this sewage pipe leaking down here by crossing the creek. You got any electrical tape? That'll fix it. There's a brick over there, but it has holes in it, so it's not old enough. I got an idea about our fill lines. If we don't have a good spot to run them, let's run them right into the creek. That way, everything just kind of washes away. I mean, it came from the earth, right? The only way there will be a bottle in this creek that is whole, I almost found out, or near me, is if it is in the bank. But I want to know what this, I think we missed a snake, but that's okay. I want to know what this says on the bottom. It says nothing. That makes it clean it a little better. I do see a few minnows, so there's a little bit of life in this creek. What we want to see is crawfish and mussels, freshwater snails, because those tell the truth about how clean a creek is. That brass nut will go home with me. This is an interesting spot with interesting things. We have one of those. We have one of those. You gonna take all that with you? No, I'm not. What else is there? There's a woof. As we as we pass sewer pipe number 3 or 4, we're getting closer to what appears to be a building, and it's getting darker, which means we're gonna get a little stormation. The closer we get to town, the more garbage holds the banks up. It's whatever it takes, I suppose. Still have not found anything of interest. Sewer pipe 4 or 5, I'm not sure. But I kind of thought there may be something right here to look at. I am pretty disappointed I have not seen a single turtle or snake or anything else. Here's a big lid with writing all over it. We may look at it. You know, I think we should. There are some brim right there. That's a good sign. They're actually digging some brim beds, so they're healthy and reproducing. The back, upside down and backwards, says, "Welcome to." The front says, dude, flip it over. I'm trying to flip it over. It's got like a suction on the ground. Welcome to the shed, where great stuff gets fixed. I want to get it up here so I can look at it. It is actually stamped. It is not old, or it would not look that good. But it's kind of cool. It is $15 and a little bit of change at something that says celebrate. I'll hang it on a tree. I am pretty sure that's gonna be what people want to see when they're in this parking lot across the street. Okay, I'm down to 1 brick, and then I may be done, because this is not turning out to be the sojourn I was looking for. This brick has no words on it, so that leaves me with no words. Here is one bottle that appears to be stuck. It is not stuck. And green. It says Ha Yahoo Mountain Dew. That sign has had it all wiped off. Okay, that's kind of interesting. That's going to be as old as it gets in this creek. I hate to say it, but another, 10-minute video and a fail. I have not found anything except that sign. And, well, we found that pretty cool bottle. It just has to be something else I've missed. I'm headed back upstream now. It got deep and really dark back there. Well, I hate to say we filled the boots for nothing, but it's okay, because I don't have to walk through that monster mash of methane anymore. A mash of methane, or a monster mash of methane, in environmental terms is the M²OM. It's an M-MOM, but when you sound out an acronym and make it a word like M-MOM, it is no longer an acronym, so therefore you need another acronym for the new word you created. So an M-MOM is a monster mash of methane. We're back. I walked a really long way. I didn't record much because there's not much to record, but anyway, I really appreciate and I'm thankful for all y'all who watch my videos. And as usual, thanks for watching my video.